Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Film Sprinter. 7. Partridge, Equilibrium. The 2002 dystopian science fiction film sees Sean Bean and Christian Bale in a society wherein the aftermath of a Third World War drove humanity to suppress all human emotion. Most of the film takes place in Liberia, where books, art, and emotion are strictly forbidden. This does not bode well, of course, for Bean's character, Partridge. This death is memorable due to the sheer creativity of the film's premise and the role it plays in the demise of Bean's character. In this dystopia, books are burnt for their potential to elicit emotion, and Partridge is killed during an ensuing argument with his accomplice Preston. Due to choleric Partridge's love of books, he is shot to death by his partner for reading an outlawed collection of W.B. Yeats poems. Number 6. Dr. Merritt, The Island. The Island, a futuristic thriller from the mind of Michael Bay, stars Ewan McGregor and Scarlett Johansson in a world where clones are created to serve humanity and be organ donors. Bean stars as Dr. Merritt, a scientist who lives on the titular island where the clones are kept. Bean's character has a posh lifestyle until one of the clones he oversees recognizes his own consciousness, seeing the compound as it really is, and kills the good doctor. As a fight ensues, Merritt is shot with a grappling hook through the neck and left hanging on a cable. Certainly a more gruesome death, this one stands out for the vivid imagery. Number 5. Ulrich, Black Death. This 2011 German-British action horror film stars Sean Bean and Eddie Redmayne in a plague-ridden medieval England as a knight and monk who travel to meet a town's necromancer, played by Carice Van Houten. Bean's death in the film is highly memorable for being torn limb from limb by horses. Being torn limb from limb is a very memorable way to die on screen and is one of Bean's most harrowing character deaths before Van Houten's witchy sorceress. He is tied to horses and reveals he is infected with a plague and he has brought it to the village. He's then tortured and in a truly horrifying death spectacle is torn apart. 4. Sean Miller, Patriot Games. Sean appeared in Patriot Games, the sequel to Tom Clancy's The Hunt for Red October, starring Harrison Ford as an older, experienced Jack Ryan. While Bean's agent character plotted against him, Sean Miller swears vengeance against the main protagonist, Jack Ryan, after he kills his brother. The movie's climax sees the two men fighting on a fast-moving speedboat. The hero gains the upper hand and impales Bean's character on an anchor. The boat then bursts into flames after crashing into rocks while Ryan escapes. This Sean Bean demise is memorable for how unrelenting and visceral it is. Number 3. 006 GoldenEye. Pierce Brosnan's foray as super spy James Bond saw the introduction of 006, who for most of the movie seemed like an ally for 007. Of course, he double-crosses Bond and becomes one of the best Bond villains. When Bean's character reveals himself to be behind a devious plot, the two spies duke it out, with Bean falling to his death, fighting 007 on a high satellite tower. Bean's 006 nearly gains the upper hand in the ensuing brawl, but his luck changes quickly. Bond punches and grips him by the ankle over a satellite tower and drops him. He survives the fall, but the wreckage of the satellite dish eventually crushes him. Their character dying at the hands of James Bond is a memorable moment for any actor, and the on-screen is just pipped to the post by Bean's two most iconic characters. Number 2. Boromir, the Lord of the Rings. Out of the corrupted by one ring and attempts to steal it from Frodo. As an onslaught of orcs ambush the group, Boromir tries to amend his act. Number 1. Ned Stark, Game of Thrones. The patriarch of the Stark family meets an unwelcome fate in the Season 1 finale of the hit HBO series. Unfortunately for Bean, he didn't get the same praise his co-stars did once Game of Thrones became a global phenomenon, as his character is killed for treason. While Ned Stark was a much beloved character, it was a shock to casual viewers when the show took its first casualty of many in the form of Ned Stark's beheading. In retaliation for Stark preventing Joffrey from taking the throne, the Boy King has him killed in a spectacle no casual fan was expecting. Ned Stark's death, though no stranger to the actor, was catalyst for the unpredictability seen in the fantasy drama. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.